Welcome back YouTube, 22UK here. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. London Gaming Market, June the 30th. How did it go? It was very consistently busy. I will say that. I have not got a great deal of anything to show yet, except for one item, which, to be honest, has been on my radar, and I've been looking for this for bloody ages. Mainly off eBay, and that'll become apparent when I show you it. Yeah, overall, I had a really great day. I think Daz had a good day. Fob joined the band, so there's three of us now in the band, which really works out well because it just shares the expense, and there's no reason not to do it. So yeah, I think Fob had a good day as well. All day, good day all around. I think generally speaking. Like I say, because they've done this staggered thing, I know some people weren't fans of it, but I think people starting to come around a little bit. From a seller perspective, it's nice just to have that continual flow of people, rather than traditional old, back in the day when everyone would pile in, and then by 2 o'clock there'd be no fucker there and it'd be empty and barren. At 3 o'clock people were queuing to come in. I think that surprised Rob a little bit. He was like, "What are all these people doing out here?" And she was like, "They're waiting to come," and he was like, "Fucking hell." So yeah, it was nice in that way. And the day, I mean, it was open half an hour early, half an hour later, so 10:30 to 4:30, and it went like that. It really did. It went really, really quick. Like I say, sold some bits, did some deals for people, looked after them, I hope. Only new person I met, and I should subscribe to him, I keep forgetting, is the Gaming Grandad. Nice he came over and said hello. Nice to meet him. I do need to pop over. I know he's dropped a couple of comments on my videos of late, but I've had that much going on, just work, life, and all this shit that we all sort of say, and obviously the events and stuff, and then trying to cram a video in when I can. Yeah, and then we have had the football on, so you can't forget the football. So yeah, there's been so much going on that it's just my watch list on YouTube is horrendous. I got it down to about 10 at one point, or 5. Now it's grown again, which is not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing. Nice to see people making content that I would like to consume. Aside of that, London is London. I do believe it's not going to be at the Russell Square Hotel next time, which I think is in November. I think it is moving to somewhere bigger and better. Mega Market, I think Andy called it, the guy who runs it. I think that's what he called it, Mega Market. I don't know. There's a mega chippy next to it. But like I say, if you've never done London, if you are a seller, staller, outer, if you like, you've got to get to London. You really do. You really do. It's another level. I always do well at London. Okay, let me just say that. So that's why I like it. But anyway, what did we get after all that 3 minutes of waffly bullshit? There was a chap who was stalling out next to Fob. I think he mainly had like Pokemon games and stuff like that, but he'd have some gaming stuff, not nicely presented and whatnot. He had 2 items on his stall that I was interested in. He didn't have any prices on them. One of these very poorly prepared people that starts pricing stuff up on the day. And so I thought, okay, I'll pop back twice, I think, and the third attempt, not long before it was going to open, he had them priced up, and I didn't even haggle. I just bought it. I bought it, put it on the old plastic, mount the plastic a little bit. Again, I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not going to sort of, I always tell you the truth. I always tell you what I pay for stuff, because I like to know what people pay for stuff, because A, I'm a nosy bastard, and B, it informs me, so I kind of can gauge what I should be paying, or what the value of things are. So if I see it and I want to buy it, I think, actually, such only paid X amount, so I'll hold out, or such paid X amount, and this is that sort of 20 quid less. I'm on it. I'm in it. I'll take it. Anyway, that being said, we bought for £45 Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 3. What's it? Fucking hell, the Manhattan Project. Let me take out this shiny thing. I've got the light. I've got the old light behind me again. And again, you guys probably don't know. You probably don't give a shit. But what I noticed with this phone, although it's 4K, it just doesn't. It's not as nice as the GoPro. I said it before. I'm not going to bang on too much about it, but it's not as good. So I just thought maybe I could give myself a bit of light at the back, just to sort of see if it picks up. It's mainly the blacks. The blacks aren't very black. It's just not as sharp. But that's, you know, I can't do much about it outside of starting a Patreon up and begging all you fuckers to give me money to buy a new phone or a new camera. Why would anyone do that? Why would anyone give anybody any money? I don't know. But anyway, look, Turtles 3 Manhattan Project. One that I've just been coveting for the longest time, and it is lovely condition, it really is. So I say he had that up. You've seen what it was, 45 quid. I didn't haggle, I just bought it. To be honest, it's probably thereabouts, probably cheaper now. This used to be relatively cheap, but you got the postage from the States and then potential tax customs. So I think I thought 45 quid. First time I've ever seen it out in the wild. That's except for when Champion 2D Rob, I think he bought it from Blackpool. I'm sure it was this one. You picked me to that. I'm sure you did, didn't you, Robert? Or many years ago. Many years ago now. Obviously, I did. I'd love to get it boxed complete. So, any of the American buddies out there, if you know of a box and a manual for old titles, give me a shout. Because yeah, I'd like to get that complete. And that was it. That's all she wrote for London. I'll give him a nod again because I said I would do each time. Old Anton Deck, Black Country Games Fair. We'll be on that the 27th of October. I think the next one that I'll be at is Milton Keynes. Milton Keynes is September time. So when I get the dates and the location, maybe in a week or two's time, I'll let you know. But I think the summer, if you can call it the summer in the UK, which has been horrendous weather, horrendi weather, it's terrible, not summer at all. Yeah, so for July and August, I don't think there's any events. So it could be a couple of dry months. So I might be able to get some videos made. I've still got to sort stuff out, but hopefully it'll give me some time to get some videos made. What are we on, 7 minutes? Right, so that's London done. All the rest is bits and bats that I've just acquired mainly from eBay. Couple of locals actually, some charity shop, little bit of charity shop, and CEX, the wonder that is CEX, the wonder of you. So I've been looking for this game at the markets. I thought, you know what, I love CEX. I've always championed CEX for the best part of a decade probably now, near as damn it. But the postage can be a killer. And for this item, because it's value, the postage was like, oh man, it's not nearly the value of the item again. But I had some vouchers from some old shite that I traded in, and I thought, you know what, I'll just buy it. I was looking for it at the markets for like the best part of a year. No one's got it. It's a loose Game Gear game, and it's James Pond 2 Robocod from CEX. And the reason why I wanted that is because for the longest time I'd had a lovely box, manual and everything, no cartridge. So I just thought, just bite the bullet, Stu, get it. You've only got to buy it once. That's been my motto for the last couple of years, you know, especially some of the items I've been after. You've only got to buy it once. You've only got to buy it once. But only buying stuff once every month is basically buying something every month. You know, you might as well just fucking invest in something else and just, it's stupid. It's crazy logic. Ignore me. It's crazy logic. Got some Atari. I'm going to show you some Atari. Oh, stand on some here. I mentioned these a couple of videos back now. I kept forgetting to show them. The old Atari purchases have kind of slowed down. I'm not seeing many bargains or many items that I want on Facebook, on eBay, or on Facebook even. And at the markets, they're very few and far between. So I don't know if, I think Daz mentioned it, maybe that crest is now dropping. The peak is now into a trough, perhaps. I don't know, but I'm still looking. So anyway, I got these. This was a bundle deal. Old Big Mike Houlihan, who thinks I've sold myself out. Yeah, Mike, because I showed the Turtles machine, he thought I've turned into a sellout like all the other grifters and beggars and stuff like that. And I was like, no, it's just because I knew Chris for, like I say, best part of a decade back in Play Expo Manchester. I told you the story. He approached me. So I said, yeah, I'll show you the cab. He was like, yeah, if you bought it with your own money, you wouldn't be saying it's a great bit of kit. I said, yeah, but I wouldn't buy it with my money. That's the whole point. That's the whole point. It's not bought with my money. I wouldn't buy an arcade one up. But if someone showed me an arcade one up, I'd be like, these are the pluses and minuses. These are the pros and the cons of it, which I did say. To be honest, the machine's great if that's what you're into. There's nothing wrong with it other than it's a bit small. But that's a given because it's a quarter-size arcade. You know, the controls are okay. The emulation's good. It sounds good. It looks good. If it caught fire or the joystick had snapped off, then I'd be saying, don't buy it, it's a piece of shit. But I couldn't fault it because it just did what it says on the tin. Is it worth 250 quid? That's for you to decide. I can't say that, you know, that I didn't pay 250 quid for it, but because I wouldn't pay 250 quid for it. Does that make any sense at all to anybody? You know, you're kind of like comparing apples and pears, you know, and I wasn't over selling it or anything like that. That wasn't the idea of the video. But anyway, that being said, Big Mike, again, going back months, he pointed this out to me. I did have it on my watch list. I said, yeah, I've got that on my watch list, because he sort of mentioned a certain item. I said, no, I haven't seen that either. So, going back to one of the markets, when Daz had his Atari stuff up for sale, I did buy the missing game I showed you, and I said there are more to come. So there's four items, 3 games in this kind of like, I don't know, like entertainment set. What they're called, Children's Computer Workshop. So we've got the Cookie Monster Munch. I can't read, and old Big Bird's Egg Catch. They do have these little overlays. I'll show you why. They're all right. They're a little bit kind of dinked up at the top there. That's where someone's written this sort of top label off poorly, but they've got all the manuals and stuff. They're all right, you know. I give them an iron as I do and stuff. That light's really bouncing off these, isn't it? But yeah, the one item that I hadn't seen before is this, the kids controller. It's not to control kids. The old kids controller. It looks like an old school phone, doesn't it? Didn't really think it out with this lighting, to be honest. But there we go. I had seen this. This had popped up, and I think with a couple of the games. A week or 2 back on eBay, and I think someone managed to snag them for like 30 quid. Good price, good price. I said I'd never seen it until I got it, and then funnily enough you see it again. But just curios, and it came in a bundle. This did of some other bits and bats, which I've probably shown a couple of the games before actually, because I say I was trying to just piece them together, and I think the console may have moved on. Right, from Facebook, I'll show you this one. This is one item, the only item I'm keeping out of it. Bought a load of PlayStations just to piss about with, and the guy wanted like £2 a PlayStation. It was an absolute no-brainer at all. And this item alone is probably worth what I paid. I think in the end I got a bundle of about 20 odd games for 40 quid. That's posted, by the way. But this was in it, and I thought, you know what, this is probably worth the bulk of that anyway. And it's PlayStation. Now, I don't remember these from back in the day, but back when the PlayStation was the thing, and it was the thing, it really was, these were prolific. These are quite common. And you can still get them now. You can get them now for different consoles, but man, they're expensive. Damn, they really are. So, this is a little bit poorly, so I've had to, I'm in the process of maybe swapping it out or trying to fix it up. But it's like a clear plastic crystal replacement case. It's an audio file, but I'm going to probably swap it over for one. It's a little bit poorly. But yeah, they're fantastic looking items. But you can get these for N64, Dreamcast. What else have I seen? N64, PlayStation, Dreamcast. Something else, I can't think what it is. But they're not cheap. They're like about 50, 60 quid. I wouldn't mind one for the N64 that Claire modded for me, you know, to just make it distinguishable from the other ones. But yeah, I mean, for what I paid, like literally £2, because it's £2 a machine essentially. So I thought, yeah, no brainer, I'm having that. But get it all fixed up and it'll be nice. You can piss about with it. Xboxes, I'm sure there's clear cases for Xboxes, mainly AliExpress. I say I'm sort of tempted by an N64 one, but they used to be everywhere. You used to get like You know, like the N64 funky colours. I'm sure they did a load of the PlayStation ones in that kind of range, like copied it sort of thing. Bit like, I think that started from the old Apple Macs, you know, that clear, different coloured plastic on the cases, the old Apple Macs at the back. Anyway, we divulge. Right, some games. These two were local, although I bought one game off eBay, and then it transpired he was like localish, so I messaged him, sort of said, "Look, I'll come around and pick it up." And I thought, you know, he might have some of the stuff, so I took a bit extra money, and sure enough, he had the stuff. So I managed to bag these two. The item that I won is a kind of like pretty tricky game to get. These two, not so tricky, but one that I needed for the complete N64 collection, you know, to bring it down. I think I'm down to, with all the games that I've got that I haven't shown you, I'm 30 games. I need 30 boxes and manuals, essentially, if you like. So 30 left to get. And again, I keep saying all fucking sports games. This one is probably middle of the road out of the trilogy. The other one I've got, the third one, which is a karting game, has gone ridiculously expensive. I don't know why. But this is South Park Chef's Love Shack on the older N64 stand here. You can see what it is. It's in nice condition. The guy, you know, really looked after them. This is like a quiz game, quiz show type thing. Not really my thing. I did have this on my old Z64, the old backup device, along with the original South Park, which I preferred the original South Park. The one that I'm still got to get complete is South Park Rally, which has gone from like about a £25 game to 60 quid. It's insane. One that was after, I was happy to get, and it is Lilac Wars. Player's choice. He had this in his little box. I think he was in the process of putting these onto eBay, so I nabbed them before they went on there. I think it ended up being 25 quid each, which is a good price, to be honest, and it just avoids all the bullshit from eBay. The only downside to this, it had like a whacking great sticker over the barcode, so I've kind of like sacrificed the bit of the barcode, but I'm not too fussed. I can live with that. It's better than the big dirty sticker that was on it. But yeah, I think I'm down to 3 or 4 out of the player's choice now, but I'm being real picky. I've said this before, being real picky with these. I don't really want to have any old shite. I don't know why. It's because there's only 10 of them. I just thought, and I've got some of them, ones that I've got are quite nice, so I thought, you know, let's stay with that. There's no rush, but if I see them at a good price like that, I will get them. Right, let's do some Super Nintendo. Seeing as how we're on the old Nintendo, again, I've had these ages. These were, no, that was eBay. That was eBay as well. This is CEX. This is from CEX. Who was on about this? Tony. I think it was Tony. I forgot his fucking YouTube name. He hasn't made a video for ages. Back in the day gamer. Keep it retro. I had to think of what he says then. Back in the day. Where are you, Tone? Where are you, mate? I know he's busy doing his food truck. He's really pushing it. I think it's going really well. Anyway, look, I'm sure he said he played this. I think he got the loose cart. And I explained to him, actually, it was an Amiga game. And for those that know, back, especially in the UK, back in the Amiga days, this was called Andre Panzer's Kickboxing. But they've changed it to Best of the Best Championship Karate. And wasn't anything to do fucking karate. It's kickboxing. It's Andre Panzer's Kickboxing. So those that know will know. My mate John loved this. I weren't that big a fan of it. But old Tony was, really rated it. So, where is it? The lights in the corner, isn't it? See these lights? That's when you get a hit and stuff. But it just seems really clunky. It's kind of like a very poor man's International Karate or IK Plus, where you can kind of like move between people and you have to land. You have to get the angle right for your punch and your kick to land. But it's just really kind of slow, and I don't know, I didn't really get on with it. Mate John, he quite liked it on the old Amiga, but it is complete. It's a nice weird sort of burnt orange look to it. Again, I had to do some fettling. It was a little bit, a little bit squished. You could probably see a bit there. But yeah, put it in a box protector, and there, look, you can see a little bit. See it there? But it come out all right. Weren't cheap either, I don't think. 40 quid maybe, something like that. Not cheap. And I think I just paid cash with it again because, you know, I've told you this before. If I see something on CEX that you don't tend to see, I always check eBay just to sort of see if it's a good price. I'll have a punt. If it's no good, it goes back. No harm, no foul. These two are off of eBay. God, I've got a deal on this. This was a little bit ropey as well. Not like ripped or damaged, just well used, I suppose. I did have this loose cart, so the cart's been up for sale at the markets. I can't remember if it's sold or not, I don't know. But again, not a cheap game. I think the guy, we did a bit of haggling, as you do on eBay, you know, best offer, blah, 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 backwards and forwards. And again, I think this may have come under sub 50. I think sub 50, complete, everything there. And it's Jurassic Park 2, The Chaos Continues. I don't know, I can't speak to it. It looks like a side-scrolling platformer. So I think if you remember the first game, which was like a top-down isometric sort of adventure style game, this is more like the Mega Drive versions, I think, where it was like a side-scrolling platformer. But yeah, look, you can see where the black's cracked. Black don't crack. That's what my mate Fob says. But yeah, you can just sort of see. I mean, it wasn't like squished or anything. It's just been well loved game, well played game. The manual's all right in it as well. And then the last one, I say from Super Nintendo, what we on 21. I did buy this from CEX, and it was a little bit meh, and it was missing the manual. I think it was missing the manual. So this popped up on eBay, and I think I paid 25 quid for it, which I think is a good price. Again, I can't speak too much to it. It's like a reimagining, and it's Archie McLean's Super Drop Zone, the late great Archie McLean. Signosis. I mean, what a logo. Who was on about Signosis with? Was it Retro Ed? He got Shadow of the Beast, and I said, yeah, Shadow of the Beast was always style over substance. But always remember the Signosis logo and stuff and the music. But yeah, I think again it's a reimagining of the OG Drop Zone with some bells and whistles on for the old Super Nintendo. I can't speak to it. I haven't actually played it. I don't think there was one that he made into an arcade game, didn't he? Was it Drop Zone? I can't think. I know Alex Nintendo Arcade was on about it. It's only like a prototype or something like that. Right, last little pile now. Right, these are from. This is from Charity Shop. I just bought a bundle of PlayStation 1 games, and this was in it. Now, weirdly enough, this is not. I'll have to explain. So I'd seen this a few times, and I always thought it was like a God Sim, and it's not. It's not a God Sim at all. And the reason I didn't really look into it, I just assumed it was a God Sim. Now, the only reason why I know it's not a God Sim is because I watched Nick Retro Red 7. I can't remember what his name was. I'll fucking put a link anyway to the bottom. He's an arcade guy, man, over in one of the Arab states. Amazing collection. But he did a video on some of his pickups, and this was an arcade game, and ends up it's like a Tetris version of an arcade game, and it's called Landmaker by Taito. And it just say at the bottom there, I think. What does it say? Just say crazy puzzle action that keeps on building. Yeah, but obviously when you see screenshots, when it said Landmaker and like the styling, the sort of Japanese, I thought it was like a God Sim. But it's actually not. It's just a Tetris clone. He said it was all right. I don't think he really rated it too much. But I've seen this a number of times knocking about the place, and just never sort of managed to get hold of it, I suppose, and never really was never at the right place. But yeah, probably cost me £1 or £2, but it was just one of them weird ones I'd always sort of coveted and seen, and thought, oh, you know what, I fancy that. And then I see Nick's video about it, and I was like, oh right, that's that game. I just didn't think. Because I don't Google and check every single game and sort of see what it is. I just don't bother, to be honest, until I see it. And that was a case in point there. So I thought, oh, actually, I'll keep that one, because the rest of them were like sort of run of the mill type stuff, you know, like Tomb Raiders and whatnot. It's not really my thing, but not my thing to keep because I've already got them. point I was trying to make. Anyway, that being said, right, some DS games. Bought these locally for a Facebook deal. A guy was selling some apps which I bought. Again, it's not to keep. It's just to sell on. But good prices. And I took some extra money, and he had some DS games. So some I'm keeping, which are these ones. Some I'm moving on. And the price he charged me was an absolute fucking Billy bargain. Really are. All complete. So first up, we've got Final Fantasy 12, Reverent Wings. Nice and complete. Again, these are all complete. I'm not going to bore you with it. I'm not sure what these are like from a DS version, if you know what I mean. This one I've never heard of. And again, like when he was to show me, I was looking through it, I thought it might be some sort of like puzzle game, but it turns out it's not. It's an RPG. So I was sort of really going on the fly because I didn't really know what I was looking at. Magical Star Sign. Anyone know that one? Magical Star Sign. Yeah, it's definitely a RPG, adventure RPG. These are all of that ilk. This one I do know of, which is a Luna series, Luna Genesis. Not very expensive, this one, actually. Rising Star Games, rather. Yeah, Luna Genesis. I sort of did know about this one, so obviously I know about Final Fantasy as well. And this one I had heard of. It turns out this is not an RPG in that sense. I think it's like an action-adventure RPG, a bit like Zelda, I think. And it's Mystery Dungeon, Shiren the Wanderer. Now, I do believe, and it might be the Saturn, or there's Shiren the Wanderer is on Summit Out, and I've got a feeling it might be the Saturn. Definitely a Japanese system. But yeah, again, I don't know a great deal about it. I don't know if it's roguelike. I don't think it's roguelike. From the classic Japanese RPG Mystery Dungeon series comes The Perilous Adventure of the Legendary Lair of the Golden Condor. Yeah, for the Adventure Brave Magical Kingdom. By Sega as well. Yeah, the Spellcaster. I think it's like a Zelda more than it is a turn-based RPG. You've got to be some more like action adventure. And that, guys, is 27 minutes 46. I'm probably done. You've probably had more than enough of me. I'll try and get another video out. I say I've a bit of downtime now from the markets. Next one's not till September, which is good, but not so good for the old wallet, because I can't but fucking spend money that I ain't got on shit that I don't need. Bit like all of us. But outside of that, guys, check out the people down below. Gaming Grandad, Retro Ed, Nick, Retro 7. I'm sure it's Retro 7, something like that. But I'll put them down below. Go and check them out. Give them a sub. Give them a like. Yeah, and anyone who said hello at London. Oh, there's a chap. Can't remember what his name is now. He's there with his mum and dad on the corner, all selling his high-end Game Boy games. Good to see you. He's always there, always says hello. His mum and dad have a right screen. Top lad. He has some really high-end Game Boy stuff. I know a few of the lads have always bought game stuff. I know I was pointing to him anyway. But yeah, I've noticed he's appeared in Scott's video, so I can't think what his name is. It begins with a K. Kiraj, something like that. But nice to see you, mate, and I will definitely probably see you in October. Right, other than that, take it easy, YouTube, and I'll speak to you soon. Bye-bye.